We'll start. Vinayaka namastubhyam satatam modaka priya nirvignam kuru no deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada Saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyamaha siddhir bhavatu no sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattuliyam Ramanama Varanane Apadama Pahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaaya Nathaya Sitayah Pataye Namaha Sriraghavam Dasharathatmajamaprameyam Sitapatim Raghukulan Vayaratnadipam Ajanubahum Aravinda Dalayataaksham Ramam Nishachara Vinashakaram Namami Anjaneyamatipaṭalananam Kanchanadrikamaniya Vigraham Parijata Tarumulavasinam Bhavayami Pavamananandanam Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastakāņjalim Bāshpavari Paripurnalocanam Marutim Namatarakshasantakam Buddhirbalam Yashodhairyam Nirbhayatvamarogata Ajadyam Vakpatutpancha Hanumatsmarana Bhavet Kojantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Adyatana Panchangam, May 25th, Krodhinama Samvatsare Uttarayane Vasantartau, Vaishakhamase Krishna Pakshe, Dashami Tithi till 7:34 p.m., followed by Ekadashi. Stiravasaraha, Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatram till 5:46 p.m., followed by Revati Nakshatram. Ayushman Yoga till 2:42 a.m., followed by Saubhagya Yoga. Vanik Karanam ending at 8:45 a.m., ending early on. So there is a fourth Karanam also in the same 24-hour cycle. Vishtihi till 5:34 p.m., coinciding with the ending of the Dashami Tithi, followed by Bhava Karanam till 6:23 a.m. before sunrise, and then Balava Karanam for the remaining part of the day tomorrow. Sarvebhyah Suprabhatam. So we just started the 50th Sarga last session, where Rama Dakshinam Bahumudyamya with Tamra Arunakshaha, Rudhirakshaha, with red coppery eyes, with tears filled, he was bidding by asking Artha, what did he say? Artha, he said, Tebhivadya Mahatmanam Kripva Chaka Pradakshanam Artha Siddhaye Chiradukasya Papiyo Gamyatam Artha Siddhaye. Please go back to your daily duties, your respective jobs and all. Don't keep crying and waste or lose your time here. Go back to your homes and continue. Tesham Tebhivadya Mahatmanam Kritva Chapi Pradakshinam Vilapanto Nara Ghoram Viltishtanta Kvachit. So some of them, they stood here and there crying, while they see, till they lose the sight of Rama. Tatha vilapatam tesham atruptanam charaghavah achakshur vishayam prayat yatharkah kshanadamukhe. Just as the sun is setting into the nightfall, so also Rama's, that big chariot, slowly as it was going far away, and they lost sight of it. So we will continue from there. Tato dhanya dhanopetan.
Tato dhanya dhanopetan.
Danashila janan shivan.
Danashila janan shivan.
Akutascha bhidya akutaschid bhayan ramyan.
Akutaschid bhayan ramyan.
Chaitya yupa samavritan.
चैत्ययूपसमावृतान्.
So then tataha purushavyagraha dhanadanya dhanya dhanopetan. He was observing this rest of the places of Kosala. How are they? Dhanya dhanopetan, full of rich in dhanya in food grains, dhana in their finances, rich in wealth and food. Dana Shila Janan, those who are very charitable people. They are good at giving, not greedy people. Shivan, very happy, auspicious people. Akutaschit Bhayan, people without any fear, free from fear. Ramyan, Ramya is Ramya, pleasing, charming. Chaitya Yupa Samavritan, Avratan, surrounded by Chaitya Yupa. Yupa is, let's say, poles or the mantapas for Chaitya. Chaitya is for yajna, etc. So there were a lot of yajna shalas in a way. That is how we should understand that place. And it continues with more. Udyanamra vanopetan
उद्यानाम्रवनोपेतान्
sampanna salilashayan
सम्पन्नसलिलाशयान्
tushta pushta janakirnan
तुष्टपुष्टजनाकीर्णान्
gokulakula sevitan.
गोकुलाकुलसेवितान्.
So then next part is Udyana Amra Vanopetan. So lot of gardens and Amra Vanaha, forest, what do you say, mango farms. Amra Vanopetan. Udyana Amra Vanopetan and Sampanna Salilashayan. Salila is water bodies. Ashaya is, a place which abode of water bodies. Sampanna Salilashayan, fully water-filled bodies, not dry rivers, dry lands, but full of water. Sampanna Salilashayan, Tushta Pushta Jana Kirnan, filled with people who are Tushta. Tosha means happy, with happiness, and Pushta. Pushta is strong. They are happy because they are strong. And so with such people, why are they happy and strong? Because there is water everywhere, there is gardens everywhere, there are fruits everywhere. Everything is abundantly available. And dhanya dhanopetan, full of richness in food and wealth. And because you have so much, you don't mind giving away to people also. So they are dana shila janan. And hence, because you have so much, you never have insecurity, fear. Oh, what if I lose this? For somebody who is confident to get it back, he doesn't mind losing things because he doesn't care. He can get reclaim or he can earn them again. So there is no insecurity. Akutaha bhayam, kutaschit bhayam. So from any corner, fear. Akutaschit bhayam, fear from no corner, no side. So such say places. And Gokulakula Sevitan, also filled with akulam, filled with gokulas. Everywhere you will see cow, goats, homes. I don't want to call shelters, but cow homes, cow places. Gokulakula Sevitan. Rakshaniyan Narendranam
रक्षणीयान् नरेन्द्राणां
Brahma Ghoshanunadina Naditan
ब्रह्मघोषानुनादितान्
Rathena Purushavyagraha
रथेन पुरुषव्याघ्रः
Kosala
कोसलानत्यवर्तत.
So these three together is one long sentence. So what is the verb here? Ati avartata means he has crossed. Avartata is He stayed. Ati avartata. He stayed beyond there. That means he has crossed all that. What all? Who crossed? Purushavyagraha, the tiger of the men. That is Rama. He crossed. Rathena. By what? By chariot. He crossed by chariot. What all did he cross? Dhanya dhanopetan, dhanashila janan, shivan, akutaschit bhayan, ramyan, chaityayupa samavrutan, udyanamravanopetan, sampanna salilashayan, tushta pushta janakirnan, gokulakala sevitan, narendranam rakshaniyan, brahma ghoshanunaditan, atyavartata. That's how the sentence will be complete. So Rakshaniyan, to be protected. By who? By Narendranam, by kings. To be protected by kings. What are kings supposed to protect? Knowledge base. If knowledge is there, then rest all can be gained back, which is wealth can be gained back, trade will be gained back, happiness can be gained back. Knowledge is the most important thing. And so, Brahma Ghoshanunaditan places. Brahma Ghosha is Veda Ghosha. Wherever Veda Ghosha, Anunaditan, echoed by, resounded by Veda Ghoshas. That means all those schools where students are chanting regularly and studying. So all those Vedic schools or education schools that are to be protected, filled with such places which are to be protected by kings. And Rama has crossed all of these places, which are beautiful, rich, happy, filled with happy and auspicious people, filled with gaushalas, filled with Vedic schools. He has crossed all of them. Madhyena muditam sphetam.
मध्येन मुदितं स्फीतं
Ramyodhyana samakulam.
रम्योद्यानसमाकुलं
Rajyam bhogyam narendranam.
राज्यं भोग्यं नरेन्द्राणां
Yayau dhrutimatam varaha.
ययौ धृतिमतां वरः.
Madhyena, as he was crossing in between here and there, you will see Muditam Sphitam Ramya Udyana Samakulam Rajyam Narendranam Bhojyam Yayau. Who? Dhrutimatam Varaha. Dhruti, determined intellectual. Dhrutimatam, of all such people who are determined, Varaha, best. So best among the determined people. That means once he makes a decision, nothing tempts him. He will yield for no other corruption. Once made a decision, he'll stick to it no matter what. So such Dhrutimatam Varaha, Narendranam Rajyam Bhojyam. That kingdom which is normally enjoyed, experienced by the kings, with places like Muditam, Sphitam, Ramyam, Udyana Samakulam. That kingdom which is filled, every here and there with gardens which are pleasant, charming. Sphitam, very vast, long state parks. And Muditam, also very, joyful, spacious, charming parks here and there. He has crossed such kingdom, which normally is enjoyed by kings, and they never leave such kingdoms. But this Dhrutiman, Varaha Dhrutimatam, the best of such Dhrutimans, he has crossed them. And here onwards, we can all repeat because it is great stotram. Tatra Tripathagam Divyam.
तत्र त्रिपथगां दिव्यां
Shivatoyam Ashaivalam.
शिवतोयामशायवलां
Dadarsha Raghavu Gangam.
ददर्श राघवो गङ्गां
Punyam Rishi Nishevitam.
punyam rishi nishevitam.
So, as he passed all of this, tatra tripathagam divyam shivatoyam ashaivalam shivatoyam punyam rishi nishevitam gangam raghavaha dadarsha. Raghava then, Rama finally got sight, or he reached that Punya Ganga, the divine river Ganga, which is Rishi Nishevitam, which is always served by Rishis. Even till today, every evening we give Arati to Gangaji, especially in UP, they say Gangaji. They cannot call it Ganga. They respectfully call that river Gangaji. Our Sanjay Tripathi ji and all, they say Gangaji, Gangaji. So Gangam, Punyam Gangam, the divine Ganga, Shivatoyam, its water itself gives happiness. You just touch it, you feel happy. You see it, you feel happy. You take a bath, you're a lot more fresh and happier there. So Shivatoyam, Ashaivalam. Ashaivalam is, what do you say? Shaivalam is where typically in water you have that green weeds.
Moss.
Moss. Ashaivalam is free from moss. So that river which is always fresh, there is no, stagnant based moss. Shivatoyam, Ashaivalam, Divyam, divine, Tripathagam, which has three paths. One which flows on this bhumi, one which flows under, which means very deep places of Patala, the other one which goes to Swarga, Loka. So three pathaga, it has three, one which flows in three paths. Or physically there also you have Triveni, there is Yamuna, Ganga, Saraswati, all three meet there. It can be that way. But normally when we say Ganga is Tripathaga, what we mean is one which flows in all the three worlds is Tripathagam. So tatra Divyam Tripathagam Shivatoyam Ashaivalam Punyam Rishi Nishevitam Gangam Raghavaha Dadarsha. And then more and more narration of Gangaji. Ashramai Ravidurasthaihi
Ashramairavvidurasthaihi
Srimadbhis Samalankritam
Srimadbhis Samalankrutam
Kalepsarobhir Hristabhihi
Kalepsarobhi Hrushtabhihi
Sevitam Ambhohradam Shivam.
Sevitam Ambohradam Shivam.
So, if such a great river is there, why will anyone have their ashramas far away from it? So, ashramaihi avidurasthaihi, not very far away from, with ashramas which are not very far away from, which means which are very nearby it. Several rishis have built their ashramas very nearby along the shore, so that every day morning they can give all the three sandhyas, they can go there, get the ablution, get the snana, etc., and offer arghya, their vandanas, etc., and serve that nadi, ensuring that it is clean, no moss, etc. When required, constantly dig them for every pushkara and ensure. So all of that services they could offer. So ashramaihi avidurasthaihi Srimabhihi Samalankritam, well decorated by rich decorations. That means, as I said, even till today, we see everywhere people giving arati to that Gangaji. That means they want to take care of it. You build beautiful ghats around it, and you build, you put on nice trees along the shores, make beautiful toranas, dwaras. So, Samalankritam, Srimadbhihi, by richness, by opulence, well decorated, well taken care of. Kale Apsarobihi Hrishtabhihi Sevitam. It is Kale means at right times of Purnima, Amavasya, etc. And also Snanadi Samaye. When you have to go there for Snana, for Arghya, for Vandana, etc. Kale Snanadi Samaye Hrishtabhihi, by very happy, hearty, who Apsarasas, because it is a divine river which goes to all the three worlds, to Swargaloka also. So Apsaras, they come, and when they take their baths, etc., very happily. Khrishtabhihi Apsarobihi Kale Sevitam. Sevitam means, when they enjoy there, when they serve it. Ambho Hradam. Ambho Hradam Purna Hrada Visishtam. Hrada means, Hrada is water. Ambho Hradam, full, Purna Hrada Visishtam. The speciality being, it is always full, it never dries up. Purna Hrada Visishtam Shivam, the auspicious river. Such Gangam. And what more? Devadanava Gandharvaihi
देवदानवगन्धर्वैः
Kinnarai Upashobhitam
किन्नरैः उपशोभितां
Naga Gandharva Patnibhihi
नागगन्धर्वपत्नीभिः
Sevitam Satatam Shivam.
सेवितां सततं शिवाम्.
So that Ganga further, which is Deva Danava Gandharvaihi Kinnaraihi Upashobhitam. That Ganga which is made beautiful, or which is made pleasant. Upashobhitam. How do I say that in English? Upashobhitam is
Looking
Shobhanam is beautiful, let us say. Upashobhitam, beautified. Beautified by Deva, Danava, Gandharva, all people come there and take its darshan. So, by them, and Kinnaraihi, by all of them, by gods, by demons, by Gandharvas, by Kinnaras, all clans of species of people would come there, and they beautify themselves, they beautify Ganga also. And not only them, Naga Gandharva Patni Bhihi Sevitam. Even today, if we see, men take bath there, women go and worship it. That has been our tradition. So, while Devadanava Gandharva Kinnaraha are taking services from Gangaji, their Patnis go back and serve them. Naga Gandharva Patnibhi Sevitam Satatam Shivam. Always auspicious, always beautiful, always pleasant. As we said, it never dries up. It is always full. Such Gangam. Deva Krida Shatopetam.
Deva Krida Shatopetam
Devodhyana Yutam Nadim.
Devodhyana Yutam Nadim
Devartham Akashagatam. Devartham Akashagatam.
Devardhamakashagatam
Vikhyatam Deva Padmanim.
Vikhyatam Deva Padminim.
So this Ganga, which is not only just, as we saw, Devadanava Gandharva Kinnareihi Upashobhitam. What do they do there? Deva Krida Shatopetam. Gods come and they play there. All divine entities, they come and they play there. If they are playing, that means it's a pleasant place. It's a protected place. It's a safe place. It's an auspicious place. So Deva Krida Shatopetam, by hundreds, people come and, people meaning gods come and play there. Devodhyana Yutam Nadim. Uh, it is Yutam. It is embodied by Deva Udyana, by God's parks, by God's gardens, which means by divine gardens. All trees everywhere along Ganga, if we go and see, it all seems very divine. Devartham Akashagatam. Arey, all gods cannot come here. They say, Gangaji, can you come to our place? Okay. She takes one path up to gods. Devartham Akashagatam. She also went to Akasha for the purpose of gods. Devartham Akashagatam. That's what we said. It was Tripathaga. In one path, it went to gods. In the other path, it went to the Patalaloka. And in the main path, we all see, luckily, thankfully to Bhagiratha and all his ancestors, that it flows for our sake also, for us human beings. So, Devartham Akashagatam Vikyatam, very popularly known, the story of Ganga Avataranam is popularly rendered, studied everywhere. So, very, very, very popular, known, well renowned, that she went up to the sky for gods when they called her. So, Devartham Akashagatam Vikyatam Deva Padminim. And she is like the Padmini for gods. Padmini is one which is like lotus, as beautiful, as big, as wide, as purposeful, as servable for gods, such one. Deva Bhogya Padma Visishtam. So that is Deva Padminim. And so Valmiki is so, what do you say, happy with Gangaji always. He took so much time in several sargas to narrate the Ganga Avataranam story in Balakanda. Now again in Ayodhya Kanda, for us, he is giving this grand stotram of Gangaji so that we can all memorize these shlokas and chant them every day whenever we see water. Apohishtha, that is Veda mantras. And these are corresponding Ramayana mantras of Ganga. Jalaghatatahasogram.
Jalaghatatahasogram.
Phena nirmala hasinim.
Hena nirmala hasinim.
Kvachidveni krita jalam.
Kvachidveni krutajalam.
Kvachidavarta shobhitam.
Kvachidavarta shobhitam.
And now how is she flowing? Jalaghata attahasogram. Wherever as she is flowing, aghata is accident. If it is plain land, it will be flowing simply. But she is going all along, covering all terrains, all plains. So there will be some stones here and there. There will be some up and down. So whenever it hits a stone, aghata, jalaghata, attahasa gram. When it hits stones and other things, it doesn't cry. It is making attahasa. Like that. Meaning it is ugram attahasam. She's, what do you say, very vocally laughing. With all energy, she is laughing, not crying. That means so much sound. Thum, when it hits, and from there water falls down again. Blah, 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 blah. It sounds like for a nice poet, if he sits there by himself, the sounds, a poet hears them as laugh, as energy, as some talk, as some blessings, right? If a scientist sits there, he will hear, oh, so much horsepower, so much of volume of milliliters or gallons per inch or per feet. Those are what he sees. So based on one's personality, you see different things. So Valmiki ji is a Rishi here. So he's seeing a lively personality of Ganga. He's seeing a lady in Ganga. And so he's saying Jalaghata Attahasa Ugram. At the same time, it hits and falls down. Pena Nirmala Hasinim. There is no unnecessary froth kind of a thing. Pena is that white froth. Nirmala Hasinim. There is white bubbles and froth, but it is not dirty froth because there is no other place for it, and so it hits, comes back, hits, comes back, hits, comes back. Then you get a lot more froth. The more the froth, it means there is a lot more unwanted material in it. If it is pure water, then there won't be froth and foams and all. So, pena nirmala hasinim. Whereas when it hits, attahasa ugram, and then when it comes back and settles, nirmala hasinim. Very pure smile, divine smile. Nirmala hasinim. Tvachit veni krita jalam. At some places, it goes like a veni. Veni is like your jata, like when we do, females make their jata.
Braided hair.
Braided hair. You have one which goes from right to the left, over that from the left to the right, and again over that from right to the left. So Ganga also takes several streams, comes back, joins, and another stream goes away, comes back and joins. So if somebody is taking an aerial view, they see it like Abba. This is seeming like a veni. That's why even in South also for us Krishna, we call it Krishna Veni, because there also we see it nice, just like a jata. So many streams going away, coming back, nice curvy paths. Somebody takes an aerial view, they see like a jata, Veni. So Kvachit, Veni Krita Jalam. At some places it seems like Veni. Kvachit, Avarta Shobhitam. In some places, it seems like, this is full of here only. I mean, it is not flowing anywhere else. It is like a pond, or it is like a big lake there itself. Avarta Shobhitam. It seems as if it is stopping here. At some other places, it seems it is continuously flowing and splitting into multiple streams and coming back. Kvachit Vedi Krita Jalam, Kvachit Avarta Shobhitam, Kvachit Stimita Gambhiram,
क्वचित् स्तिमितगम्भीरां
Kvachit Vega Jalakulam,
क्वचित् वेगजलाकृलां
Kvachit Gambhira Nirghosham.
Avarta iti world, right? Avartana. Avarta.
So virl as in, so that's why I'm saying it stays there as if. See, when there is so much flow, it will seem as if it is settled there. And so when it settles, because of the flow, it keeps turning around. The point is, it is manifesting in different shapes, different behaviors. At some places, it is a big hit and a waterfall. At some other places, it is streaming out and joining back. At some other places, it seems as if it has settled there, which means it is not flowing anywhere else. And so, but because of that energy or that power, it will be rotating there, and so avartanam. Correct. And now, further, Kvachit Stimita Gambhiram. In some places, it is seeming like stable. Stimita is Stimita, just staying there. Kvachit Stimita Gambhiram. And so it doesn't, wherever it seems like settled, not moving, it seems Gambhira, very matured, full, and located there. Kvachit Vega Jalakulam. At some other places, it seems like, going with a heavy speed, heavy flow, heavy pressure. Kvachit Gambhira Nirghosham. In some other places, it will be making heavy noise. Unbearable noise, probably. Kvachit Bhairava Niswanam. In other places, Bhairava Niswanam. Both places, Nirghosha is at least is musical. There is a continuous pattern of that sound. Fall, splash, fall, splash, fall, splash. So a pattern of that sounds is Nirghosha. In the other places is Bhairava Niswanam. There is no pattern, but continuous sound makes it very scary. And so, and more. Deva Sanghapluta Jalam.
Deva Sanghat Lutajalam
Nirmalotpala Shobhitam.
Nirmalotpala Shobhitam
Kvachit Abhoga Pulinam.
Kvachid Abhoga Pulinam
Kvachin Nirmala Valukam.
Kvachin Nirmala Valukam.
So in some places, it seems Deva Sangha Apluta Jalam. Aplutam is where they come and take their snanam, arghim, padyam, etc. By Deva Sangha. Sangha means a group of devas, group of divine celestial bodies. When they come and they take their bath, arghim, padyam, etc. All of them is called aplutam. So it seems that at some places it is Deva Sanghapluta Jalam. So which means it is Tirtha sthalas. At some places it is Tirtha Kshetra. And then Nirmala Utpala Shobhitam. Utpala is with petals, pala,
Lotus.
Utpala, with petals opening up. Utpala is lotus, of course, with the petals going up and always not falling down is Padma. So Utpala, lotus. Nirmala Utpala Shobhitam. At some places, there are these lotuses, which are, it is decorated by lotuses, as if it is a lake. Typically, lotuses are there in lake, where the water is still, there it will grow. So that means at some places, it is still, the water, Ganga seems still, and so lotuses bloom there. Nirmala Utpala Shobhitam. Vachit Abhoga Pulinam. Kvachit Abhoga Pulinam. Kvachit Abhoga Pulinam. Kvachit Abhoga Pulinam. Pulina is with
Sand.
huh?
Sand.
With sand or bank or shore.
Mm-hmm.
Where Abhoga Pulinam, where people, there is sufficient shore with sand. So some places it will be just like cliff. In some other places, there is plain land, and so there is shore. So in that shore, Abhoga, which means people come and offer all their bhoga, all these services to it. Abhoga Pulina, with banks where people come and offer services to it. Kvachit Nirmala Valukam. Nirmala Valukam is, what do you say? Abhogaha Purna Nirmala Swacha Valukam Yasyam. So Valuka is, what do you say? Valukam is in a way sand also. Nirmala Valukam with pure, with Nirmala is with not dark. So white sands, like white beach we have in Florida, where it is very clear water beach. Similarly, Nirmala Valukam means clear water beach or clear water sands, shores. Hamsa Sara Sanghushtam.
Hansa Sara Sangushtam
Chakra Vakopa Pujitam.
Chakravakopapujitam
Sada Mattaischa Vihagaihi.
Sada Mattaischa Vihagaihi
Abhipannam Aninditam.
अभिपन्नाम् अनिन्दिताम्.
So Hamsa Sara Sangushtam. Sangushtam means filled with groups, with several flocks of Hamsa Sara, means swans, and Sarasa. Sarasa Sangushtam. Hamsa Sarasa Sangushtam. Hamsa is swans. Sarasa is another form of swans, or which knows how to take out the Sara from it, is Sarasa, which is aware of it. So that is another quality of Hamsa, or that is the quality of Hamsa. So Hamsa Sarasa Sangushtam, Chakravakopa Pujitam. Chakravakopa Pujitam. There is also another part for it. Chakravakopa Kujitam. Kujita is made sounds by Chakravaka. Chakravakas are another type of big birds. Chakravaka. And that's why you have one raga called Chakravaka. Because these birds, these Chakravakas, when this kind of sound they make is so musical. And so there is one raga called Chakravaka raga. Chakravaka opa kojitam. Sada mattaihi vihagaihi. Always abhi sannaditantaram. So with birds, vihagaha, or big birds, viham vihegachanti vihagaha. So with birds, with large flying birds, mattaihi means if you see the big eagle flying high in it, it doesn't keep flapping its wings. Wings are stable, and it will seem as if it is just relaxing, right? That is matta vihaga. The mattaischa vihagaihi sada abhipannam, always filled with by them, aninditam. Never there is not an aspersion, never there is a allegation, never a blame on it. Such a pure river, or such a divine river, Gangam. Kvachit tira ruhair vrikshaihi.
क्वचित् तीररुहैर्वृक्षैः
Malabhirupashobhitam.
मालाभिरुपशोभिताम्
Kvachit phullotpalachannam.
क्वचित् पुल्लोत्पलच्छन्नाम्
Kvachit padmavanakulam.
क्वचित् पद्मवनाकुलाम्.
In fact, we don't know how many of us have seen such a Gangaji, where with so many manifestations, it seems some places like lakes, it seems some places like river, it seems some places like a big waterfall, it seems some places like pond, it seems some places with served shores, it seems some places with playing, with sporting gardens and parks. So many manifestations of Gangaji is observed and narrated by Valmiki ji for us. So Kvachit uttira ruhaihi vrikshaihi. In some places, uttira ruhaihi, tira janitaihi. Tiram, uttiranam itself, the very, when we say pass means uttiranam, is about tira, crossing. Crossing that river is uttiranam, uttaranam. One who has crossed that river of whatever is the duration of study or exam or preparation or anything is uttiranam. So uttira means where after crossing all of that you have the tira, the shore. So at some places the tira ruhaihi rikshaihi. Ruhai, tira ruhai, ruha is long trees, rikshas, those trees which are filled with, what do you say, rikshas are trees, and so with certain shores filled with Vriksha. Vriksha is not just trees. I mean, that huge trees, right? In some other places, malabhihi upashobhitam. In some places, there is mala. These trees are seeming like garden around it. The shore is full of trees that if you take an aerial view, it will seem as if Ganga is taking a U-turn there or a long curve there. So all along it, you will see trees. It seems like, aha, Ganga ji is having a nice mala of these trees. Mala bhiri upashobhitam. Then Kvachit hullotpala channam. It is filled with Hulla Utpala, same thing like before. Before he said, what did he call it? Utpala only. Nirmala Utpala Shobhitam. Here, Hulla Utpala Channam, covered with fully opened, blossomed lotuses. Kvachit Padma Vanakulam. At some other places, it seems like Padma Vanam. As if it is a thick, dense, garden of all Padmas. What is Padma versus lily versus lotus? So, Kvachit Padma Vanakulam. Kvachit Kumuda Shandaischa.
क्वचित् कुमुदश्च
Kudmalairupashobhitam.
कुड्मलैरुपशोभिताम्
Kudmalaih Kumudashandairiti.
कुड्मलैः कुमुदशण्डैरिति
Yojana Kvachit.
योजना
So, Kumudashandaha or Kudmalaihi, Kalikabhihi. Kalika is one type of a flower. Another lily, water lily kind of a. Kumuda Khandaha, Kumuda Samohihi. So, Kumuda is another type of a flower. Kudmala is another type of a flower. All of these names will come in Devi Stotras, in Lalita Sahasram, etc. So, Kumuda, Kudmala, by Upashobhitam, not only Padma, lotus, but we also see other type of lilies also, other type of flowering bodies in Gangaji in different places. Kudmalaihi Kumada Shandaihi iti yojana. Several miles of such Kumuda, Kudmala, Padma Vanas. And hence yojana. Vyapeta Jalasanghatam.
Vyapet Jalasanghatam.
Mani Nirmala Darshanam.
Mani Nirmala Darshanam.
Disha Gajair Vanagajaihi.
Disha Gajair Vanagajaihi.
Mattaischa Varavaranaihi.
Mattaischa Varavaranaihi.
Devopavaryaischa Muhuhu.
Devopavaryaischa Muhuhu.
Sannadita Vanantaram.
Sannadita Vanantaram.
So, Vyapeta Jalasanghatam. Vyapeta Nisseshataha. So, Vyapetaha means it never seems ending. Continuously, richly flowing all over. Is Vyapeta Jalasanghatam. With water richly, continuously flowing everywhere. Mani Nirmala Darshanam. At some places it will seem so clear water that you can see manis, all the precious stones, rich stones, precious stones that are at the rock bottom of the water body, water bed. You can see even all that. It is so clear. Mani Nirmala Darshanam, with sights in some places where you can see even the precious stones at the bottom of the water bed, the river bed. And at some other places, Disha Gajaihi, Vanagajaihi, Mattaischa, Varavaranaihi, Devaupa Varyaischa, Muhuhu Sannaditavantaram. So that Ganga, which is Sannadita Vanantaram, with certain gaps. In some places, you will see Disha Gajaha. Disha Gaja is Diggajaha. So Diggajas come and Muhuhu Sannadita. You will see in some places where lots of fleets of elephants, Gajaha, come there and they keep enjoying. When they enjoy, they make, when an elephant shrieks, you can imagine how much sound they make. And if it is a fleet of such elephants, how much roaring sound they make. And by what kind of elephants? All these Disha Gajai, Diggajas, what we call as Diggajas, which are there to the end. And we have studied these Diggajas in the Balakanda, just before the Ganga Avataranam only, where they go to search that horse. They go to each place and they see in one end, they go till one end where there is one Diggaja. They go to the other end, they find the other Diggaja. And so we have studied all of that in Ganga Avataranam. So those Disha Gajaha, they come and they, enjoy with Gangaji there. Disha Gajaihi, Vanagajaihi. Vanagajaihi is wild elephants coming from the forests. Mattaischa Varavaranaihi. And not only these, and normal, overconfident or very intoxicated. Intoxicated is the wrong word, but Matta is going with its own full self-boasting confidence, proud. Let's call it proud. Proudly walking elephants. Mattaischa Varavaranaihi. Not just Varana, Varavarana, best of the elephants, best of the proudly walking, richly walking elephants. Devaupa Varyaihi cha Muhuhu. Devaraja Indraha Upavahyaha Yesham Te. So, Devaupa Varyaha means which are used, or Devaupa Vahyaha. That is the another patha there. Or Deva Rajopa Vahyaihi. Instead of Varyaihi, it might be Vahyaihi. Upavahya means which is an elephant, which is a vehicle. For Devaraja, for Indra. Those such elephants which are transportation vehicle for Indra, which is Airavata, kind of a elephant. Deva Rajopavahyaihi Muhu Sannadita Vanantaram, with such forests around where all these elephants, they flock together and make huge sannada. Sannada means all those huge sounds. That means they enjoy there. And in some other places, Halamulai Kisalayaihi.
Palamulaihi Kisalaihi.
Vritam Gulmaihi Dvijaistatha.
Vritam Gulmaihi Dvijaistata.
Simshumaraischa Nakraischa.
Shinshumaraischa Nakraischa.
Bhujangaischa Nishevitam.
Bhujangaischa Niveshitam. Nishevitam.
Vishnu Padachyutam Divyam.
Vishnu Padachyutam Divyam.
Apapam Papanashinim.
Apapam Papanashinim.
Tam Shankara Jata Jutat.
Tam Shankara Jata Jutat.
Bhrashtam Sagara Tejasa.
Brashtam Sagar Tejasa.
Samudra Mahishim Gangam.
Samudra Mahishim Gangam.
Sarasa Krauncha Naditam.
Sarasa Krauncha Naditam.
Asasada Mahabahu.
Asasada Mahabahu.
Shrungaberapuram Prati.
Shrungavirapuram Prati.
So 2 points. It is finally is concluding it towards the next chapter or next phase. Next character is going to enter here. Shrungaberapuram. And we know Shrungaberapuram is where Guha, Nishada Raja Guha lives there. So it is going towards that. But I mean, just imagine, is there any other poem in the world? Is there any other literature in the world which finds so much joy, where an author has found so much joy in describing a river? Every quality of that river. If at all we see only discovery kind of geographical narrations of it, but there is no joyous, emotional, filled with feelings narration of any other river in the world. It's only our Kavis, our Rishis, who find so much joy with these rivers, so much emotions, attachments, so much of feelings with these rivers, so much of visualizations, so much of conceptualizations, that so many shlokas they took to describe Ganga river. And so phalamulaihi, there are fruits and there are trees, lot of trees, not just vrikshas, but there are now other trees where phalas with fruits, mulas with roots, fruits and roots, kisalayaihi. Kisalayas are another type of navina patraihi. Kisalaya means navina patras, with new or with green, fresh green leaves. So there are green leaves, there are flowers, I mean, there's fruits, there are roots, vritam, gulmaihi. Gulmas are, what do you say, one kinds of flowers. Dvijaihi tatha. Dvijai is vilakshana pakshibhihi, with lots of different birds that migrate there into those trees and those woods and forests along the Ganga's shores. Simshumarihi. Simshumara is another vriksha. Nakraischa, and within the water and along the shore, you will find nakras. Nakras are nakra mat karna, not that nakra. Is nakra. Alpa prana. Nakra is our crocodiles, alligators and crocodiles. Nakraischa bhujangaihi. Bhujangaihi is big serpents. Nishevitam, served by them or serving them, being in a place of abode for even crocodiles, serpents, and other water, aqua bodies. Not only these are all again physical. Now goes into our spiritual thing. Vishnu Padachyutam. That's why we have Annamaya's song also, Brahma Kadigina Padam. Right? That feet which was washed by Brahma, which then becomes Ganga. So Vishnu Padachyutam. Brahma Kadigina Padamu, Brahma Mutanana Padam. So Vishnu Padachyutam, Divyam, Apapam Papanashinim. See, both he has to qualify here. It is Papanashini. Who can, who can clear sins of others? One who doesn't have sins only can clear sins of others. So it has to be apapa. It has to be sinless so that it can cleanse others' sins. Apapam papanashinim tam. So finally now he's ending all the, not ending, almost concluding all his adjectives for it. Tam. Okay, let us see. Tam. Shankara Jatajutat Bhrashnam. That which has released itself and or fallen out of the fence or out of the home made with the hairs, matlocks of Shankara. Shankara Jatajutat Bhrashtam. Shankara, we studied it, right, in the Balakanda, where in the Ganga Avataranam. But Shankara, finally, when it is falling and nobody is able to bear it, they go to Shankara and he says, all right. And he gives his head and says, okay, fall on my head. And then he ties it, he holds it by building a fence for it, by building a wall, circular wall for it with his hairs itself. So such Shankara Jata Jutat, from that big reservoir kind of a body that Shankara forms with his own matlock, from there it slowly now overflows. It doesn't fall, so that earth doesn't get shattered. Shankara Jatajutat Bhrishtam Sagara Tejasa Samudra Mahishim. Beautiful relationship built here. Samudra Mahishi. Mahishi is woman or wife. Wife of Samudra. Because we say, right, Nadinam Sagaro Gatihi. Finally, all rivers have to go Akashat Patitam Toyam Yatha. What is it? Akashat
यथागच्छति सागरं सर्वे नमस्कारः
Yatha
श्रीकृष्णं
Sagaram Gachati.
Ah.
Just as all nadis finally go to Sagara, and hence it is called, it is the Pati. Final, final destiny is the Pati. So for this Ganga also, she also goes finally into Samudram. So she becomes Samudra Mahishi. And so when she now becomes Mahishi of Samudra, what is her tejas? Her tejas, her glow, her radiance, her beauty will be that of Sagara. Sagara tejasa. Nadinam Sagarogatihi. So with that Sagara tejas, she becomes Sagara Samudra Mahishi. So Samudra Mahishim, Sagara Tejasa Samudra Mahishim Gangam, Sarasa Krauncha Naditam. Again, one more time, he's concluding it with the beautiful, it is not just another water body, it is Sarasa Krauncha Naditam. It is a place where these otherwise in ordinary words, intelligent meaning one which can separate water, pure water from the bad water. This is Sarasa, Krauncha, Hamsa, all these birds, their qualities are, they are divine birds. Their quality is they can separate milk from water, they say, or separate bad from good, or separate impurity from the purity. That is their distinction. That distinction, the distinctive quality, birds served by them. That means these come there. Such a beautiful, pious, divine, celestial river. Asasada, Rama went along it. He walked along it, observed all these different facets of Gangaji. And finally, Mahabahu, Sringaberapuram Prati. From there, he went on to arriving towards Sringaberapuram. Tam Urmi Kalilavartam.
Tam Urmi Kalilavrittam.
Anvaveksha Maharatha.
Anyaveksha Maharatha.
Sumantram Abravit Sutam.
Sumantram Abravit Sutam.
Ihaivadhyavasamahe.
Dahe Vakyam Asavahe.
So finally, having seen this entire Ganga and given us that, because Rama has seen all of this, Valmiki ji has given us this darshan of Ganga. So Ganga darshanam, in a way, if all of us have today read so many shlokas of Ganga and understood it, we would have got a beautiful vision of Ganga in our minds. With open eyes or closed eyes, aha, such a beautiful Gangaji, both in physical form, in divine form, in its behaviors, in its gestures, in its shapes, in its guests of various birds, guests of various water bodies, water beings, guests of trees, flowering plants, flowers. It is a host for all these as guests. That beautiful darshan that we got. Now, Tam Urmi Kalilavartam. Urmi is Lahari. Kalila is filled with nicely with so many waves, filled with waves. Urmi Kalilavartam Anvavekshya Maharathaha. Maharathaha, that Rama. Anvavekshya, by observing that Ganga, Sumantram Abravit. Finally, he spoke with Sumantra. Sutam, to his Suta Sumantra. Ihaivadhyavasamahe. Today, let us, stop here and stay here, he said. Aviduradayam nadyaha
अविदूरादयं नद्याः
bahupushpa pravalavan
बहुपुष्पप्रवालवान्
sumahan ingudi vrikshaha
सुमहान् इङ्गुदीवृक्षः
vasamotraiva sarathe.
वसामोऽत्रैव सारथे.
So he continued, Sarathe, O my charioteer, atraiva vasamaha. Let us stay here only. Let's live, or let's stop over here tonight. Nadyaha avidurat, not very far away from Nadi, he turned around along the shore, and he saw Avidurat, not very far away from the shore, so that he can get a good sight of that wavy means, I'm making that adverb, waveful, full of waves. Urmi Kalilavartam, while you get a sight of that Urmi Kalilavartam Ganga, at the same time, Bahupushpa Pravalavan, he found this big vriksha called Ingudi Vrikshaha. All Pravachanakartas, they take very gladly the name of this tree called Ingudi Vriksham. It's a huge tree. I don't know what the name, how will we translate that Ingudi Vriksham? Let's see if they found any name for it in English. Ingudi Vriksham. Ingudi tree. That's all, even in English translation also. So but that is one of the great traditional ancient trees, Ingudi Vriksham. Sumahan.
Is it the fig tree?
Fig.
Is it that?
So, Fig has got a Ashwata, no, not Ashwata Vriksham, no? It's
No, Ashwatha is different. Fig,
no, okay. No, there are two or three that we have. I'm not sure if Ingudi is.
Yeah, Ingudi Vrikshaha. Let's see if we can, if anyone else finds out, please share that information. What is Ingudi Vrikshaha? So but it's one of the favorite trees of all Rajarshis, of Rishis and Rajarshis also. So he finally found that Ingudi Vriksham, which is Sumahan, Bahupushpa Pravalavan, filled with lots of flowers. So it's rare to find big, huge trees, vrikshas with flowers. And so they like it. Ingudi Vriksham with full of flowers. Ingudi Vrikshaha, he found it, and he says, let that be our Vasamaha, let that be our place of stay now, which is not very far away from it. Sarathe, let's stop here and now set up my stay for tonight here. Drakshamas Saritam Sreshtham.
Raksham Saritam Shreshtham.
Sammanya Salilam Shivam.
Sammanya Salilam Shivam.
Devadanavagandharvam.
Devadanavagandharvam.
No, Devadanavagandharva Mruga Manusha Pakshinam.
Devadanavagandharva Mrugamanusha Pakshinam.
So, as I said, he found this nice place, this tree, which is probably at a higher level, from where you can get the Saritam Sreshtham Drakshamaha, where we will be able to still see this Ganga, that Sreshta Ganga, that rich, elegant, noble Ganga, with the Sammanya Salilam Shivam, with respected water body, an auspicious body of water, and Devadanava Gandharva Mruga Manusha Pakshinam, served and honored and respected by Deva, Danava, Gandharva, Mruga, Manusha, Pakshi, by all beings. It is a place of worship for all beings. It is served by all beings, respected by all beings. Such Gangas, we get a sight of it, a vision of it from this Indu Vriksha. So let us, Ingudi Vriksha. So let us stay here, is what Rama has finally instructed Guha. Do we want to continue? Do we have time? Let's do that. Till the next character comes, let's continue a few more shlokas. Lakshmanascha Sumantrascha.
Lakshmanascha
लक्ष्मणश्च सुमन्त्रश्च
Badhamityeva Raghavam.
बाढमित्येव राघवम्
Uktva tam ingudi vriksham.
उक्त्वा तं तमिङ्ग
Ingudi vriksham.
तम इङ्गुदी वृक्षं
Tatropa hayaihi.
तत्रोपययुतुर्हयैः.
So Rama proposed, hey, let's have this Ingudi Vriksha as our place of state for tonight, from where we get this beautiful sight of this divine river, worshipped by, honored by all beings. Then Badham ityeva Raghavam Lakshmanascha Sumantrascha Uktva Tam Ingudi Vriksham Tatra Upahayaihi Upayayatuhu. So they said, wow, beautiful, what a good suggestion, Rama. Badham, excellent. Yes, good. Kind of a acknowledgement. Both Lakshmana and Sumantra having given. Then they also, on the horses, they went towards Tatra Upayayatuhu. This is Dvivachanam, Lit Lakara. So both Lakshmana and Sumantra, first they went towards the tree. Rama saw that. He said that let's stay here. And then first these two went there to sort of prepare the place for them. Ramobhiyayatam Ramyam.
Ramo Vyati Ramyam
Tam Ramyam.
Tam Ramyam
Vriksham Ikshvakunandanaha.
Vriksham Ikshvakunandanaha
Rathad Avatarat Tasmat.
Tada Avatarat Tasmat
Sabharya Salakshmanaha.
Bharya Salakshmanaha.
So Ramaha Abhiyaya means he also arrived. First Sumantra and Lakshmana went there. They probably saw everything, just as first security guards go, right? And then they give a clearance. Then the main king reaches there. So Rama gave the instruction. They went there. They looked around. They found everything seeming safe and good. Now they would have waved the dhwaja or whatever. And then Rama also reached there. Ikshvakunandanaha tam ramyam vriksham. Ramaha Ikshvakunandanaha tam ramyam vriksham abhiyaya, having reached there. Rathat avatarat. Tasmat rathat avatarat. Finally, he got out of that ratha, or avataranam, what do you say? He got down from that ratha. Sabharyaha, along with Sita. Saha Lakshmanaha, along with Lakshmana. Sumantropyavatirya
Sumantropyavatiryamat
Mochayitva hayottaman
Mochayitva hayottaman
Vrikshamoola gatam Ramam
Vrikshamoolagatam Ramam
Upatasthe Kritanjalihi.
Upatasthe Krutanjalihi.
Sumantraha api asmat avatirya. Sumantra also finally got off the chariot. First the passengers get off, then the chauffeur gets off. So Sumantraha api asmat avatirya hayottaman mochayitva. Because these horses have run for a very long distance all along the Gangaji river till Sringiberapura. So he released them. so that they can relax. Their shoulders will not be hurt with the weight of the chariot and all. So he released them so that they can now nicely, get some rest. Vrikshamola gatam Ramam. So Rama, by this time, Rama already went to the base of the tree. And probably he gave a nice Rajarshi darshanam there. And so Sumantra went there. Upatasthe kritanjali. He stood there in Anjali Mudra, facing Rama to serve him next. Tatra Raja Guho Nama.
Tatra Raja Guho Nama.
Ramasyatma Samasakha.
Ramasyatma Samasakha.
Nishada Jatyo Balavan.
Nishada Jatyo Balavan.
Sthapatis Vishrutaha.
Tapati Cheti Vishrutaha.
So we can conclude here. So Tatra, now the next character is entering. He is such a famous character for all of us, Guha. Beautiful song. As soon as I remember him, there is a beautiful song in Telugu, in some Ramayanam movie. Ramaya Tandri, O Ramaya Tandri, Manu Mulanni Pandinayi Ramaya Tandri, Masami Vantenu Venai Ramaya Tandri. Beautiful song by Guha. And he says, Are Bamo, O Rama, that foot, which touched and the rock became Ahalya. Oh my God, what happens if you touch my boat? Beautiful, emotional song.
We watched that 100 times, Bhogaji. Me made watch Siri 100 times. The entire movie 100 times.
Yes. So that Guha, Raja Guha, Ramasya Atma Samaha Sakha. He is Atma Samaha, very beloved friend. Just Rama would treat him like himself. Such a close friend. However, Nishada Jatyaha, tribal born, tribal genes, but Balavan, strong one, and hence he is Raja. Sthapatihi cha iti Vishrutaha, also popularly known as Sthapati. Sthapati can be two meanings. In the technical meanings, Sthapati is a sculptor of temples. Is called Sthapati. But here, Sthapati, another meaning here given is king. Sthapatihi adhishaha iti Vishrutaha. Nishadi jatiyaha Sthapatihi means adhishaha iti Vishrutaha. So the other meaning of Sthapati here is patihi, of that sthanam. Sthanasya patihi, Sthapatihi iti. That's the other meaning here. So he is popularly known as strong king of the tribal areas of that Stringibeirapura, who, however, is so beloved, equivalent to his own self, his own life of Rama. That Tatra Raja Samaha Nishada Jatyo Balavan Sapitaha iti Vishrutaha Saha Shrutva Purusha Vyaghram.
सः श्रुत्वा पुरुषव्याघ्रं
Ramam Vishayamagatam Vruddhaihi Parivruto Matyaihi
वृद्धैः परिवृतो मात्यैः
Jnatibhischapyupagataha.
ज्ञातिभिश्चाप्युपागतः.
So such Guha, Shrutva Purushavyaghram Ramam Vishayamagatam. He came to know immediately, especially tribals, they have their CCTVs through their own peoples sitting on trees and all, their own security folks, where they'll be sitting on the tops of peaks of trees hidden there, and they will try to observe who are coming, who are walking and all. So through them, Guha would have already gotten the message that Purushavyaghra Rama Vishayamagatam. Vishayam means that place. Just as we saw Achakshur Vishayam in one of the previous slokas we read. When he was leaving Kosala, people have seen lost sight. Vishayam means that object. Achakshar Vishayam. They lost sight of that Rama. Similarly, here, Vishayam Agatam. He has come to this place, which here a Vishayam is the place, the object of the place. Oh, he has come to our place. Rama has come. Are va. So, Vruddhaihi Amatyaihi Parivratah Jnatibhihi Parivratah Cha Api Upagatah. Finally, Guha also, when you go to see great people, you don't go alone. You will go with all of your whole circle, your circle of elders, Vruddhaihi Amatyaihi, by his ministers and secretaries. That means by his close staff. Jnatibhihi, by his all known people, which means all relatives and friends, by along with all of them, Parivrataha, surrounded by all of them, Guhaha Raja, Ramam Upagataha. He has also reached there to meet with Rama. I think we'll stop here and continue it in our next session. Anyone say Shanti Mantra, please?
Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. धन्यवाद.
ధన్యవాదాः.